Now you have one analyst. They can only cover a relatively small universe of names in this forced ranking system. But now we can train off of that and have a language model start systematically looking at other names using the same inputs, but coming out with new forced ranking systems and having that generate like this is a really large buy, or like this is a small sell, or like we're kind of neutral on this name, and having a language model start training on top of that, which has been really cool. In the last episode, we actually talked to Kurt McEwen, and we spent a ton of time actually going through how you can really disrupt the expert network space, or how at least you ingest data from an expert network into a hedge fund research process. So expert networks are really popular for an analyst that's covering a variety of different names to be able to get on the phone with a doctor, or get on the phone with a roofing supplier, get on the phone with a lawyer, ask them very poignant questions about a ticker or what's some event that's going on with a supply chain, and then give a little bit more information to the analyst that they can't necessarily get by reading a paper or a document. But with transcription services, it makes it really easy to create structured text out of each one of these conversations. And if you already know ahead of time specific questions you're trying to answer, that the transformation of this unstructured conversation in an expert network call into a structured data set can happen automatically. So just by putting in every conversation you have throughout all these expert network calls into a set of LLMs that are trained on the way that you are already conducting research, and systematically start extracting out the pieces of data that matter from the conversation, has just been really powerful, because you can go from expert network call immediately into quantifiable data that is already part of my existing research process. Another really cool thing that we've been iterating on is taking unstructured research,